What's up, guys? My name is Batu. I'm a local business owner here in Stewart. I own Home and Beyond Services, and I own Beyond Marketing and Web Design. I also handle a couple of friends' business websites and ads and SEO stuff like that. Local sprinkler and T&M air conditioning. Um, on top of all the clients for Beyond Marketing and Web Design, and all the clients for Home and Beyond Services. Um, and besides Home and Beyond Services, guys out in the field, all there is as far as office staff goes, that's me. Like that's it. I handle invoicing, estimates, follow-ups, quality control. I handle client intake. I handle website builds, web design. You know, I handle I handle Google Ads, social media accounts, posting, content creation for both companies. For both companies, I handle all the Google Analytics conversion trackings. I handle all the Google tags. I handle uh, all the organic ranking stuff. Google Ads. I build all that and manage all that. So I'm doing a lot. I wear a lot of hats, and I've been using AI for a long time now. I think I've been using AI for over a year. But up until about 3 months ago, I've been using AI just like, as a chatbot, asking it questions, telling it to look something up for me on the internet, or, just simple things, or like, polish an email draft for me, things like that. But lately, I've been doing a really deep dive into it, and I've been using it very, very heavily, right? So it got to a point where, of course, just like everybody else, I started on the free version, and then that has a lot of limits, so I upgraded to the $20 version. That also, I ended up hitting walls and limits with that. So I upgraded with ChatGPT to the ultimate plan, like $200 a month. I still run that. Um, but it still has its limitations, dude. It still has, um, I still ran into walls. I still ran into, so like, listen, there's no chat limits, like literally, but there are, like, they don't tell you, you hit the end of the chat limit or whatever like that. But like, you'll notice after a long chat, after you've been on there for like a few hours, working on something, it'll start lagging, and um, it'll start hallucinating. It'll start basically just flat out lying and stuff. Um, so it starts acting stupid, dude. And then what do? You got to start a new chat so you can keep the subject going. And then you start the new chat. And guess what? Everything you talked about in that previous chat is gone. Like the new chat starts off with amnesia. Like there's just no recollection of it. And they say, if you do research on all these AIs, they say that they have cross chat reference capabilities. That's a fucking lie. They 100% absolutely don't. You know what they do have? You know what they mean when they say that? They mean, if you ask a new chat like, "Hey, what have we been working on?" It'll tell you like a brief description of like what we've been working on, and not all of them will do that. Gemini did that today. I asked Gemini on a fresh chat, what have we been working on, and it told me a brief description of everything we were working on. But when I asked it specific details about that subject, it has no clue. So that's what they mean by cross chat reference. I think it's bullshit. I think they have the capability and the resources to enable it to completely remember everything from every single chat. You know, um, like I said, dude, I'm on a chat for hours. We're talking about Google tag IDs, conversion measurement triggers. We're talking about keywords that we use, or the Google Ads campaign, or site copy that we wrote, or like color codes for the website. You know what I'm saying? And then when the chat hits that limit, you got to start a new chat. You start the fresh chat, and all that data about what the color codes were, what fonts did you use, what keywords did we use, or like all the Google tag IDs and analytics conversion triggers, gone. So you either have to So you either have to take notes of this stuff as you go and then input it again. You know, it's like that. It's like that reel on Instagram where the guy says every time I ask ChatGPT a question and it's Walter White, you know, doing the recording of himself saying, "Hey, my name is Walter White. I live at this, and that." Just like all this data, all this information. It's like reintroducing yourself to the AI. Like it's ridiculous, dude. You know, it gets really old. So I started doing copying entire chats and pasting them into the new one, you know, but then realized that that eats up tokens. So like all that chat that just used all the tokens for that specific chat, you're literally taking all that and putting it into the new chat. So you're drastically limiting the new chat's conversation time frame, you know. So that wasn't a good answer. And then what did I do? And then I started doing end of chat prompts. So like I would at the end of a chat, or like when I know this chat's getting really long, or like it's starting to lag a little bit, I would enter a prompt telling it to give me a end of chat continuation summary, right? So it would give me a summary, and then I would put it into the new chat, but it didn't include all the details. So I had to build this prompt to make AI take every single specific piece of detailed information, summarize it, don't lose any data, and then add it to the next chat. Uh, that shit was getting old, man, and it kept, you know, missing stuff and forgetting things, and so then it ended up being, you know, I would convert that chat end of chat summary that it gave me into a .json format. So which is like a very simple code. Uh, it's a way of writing like in code um, that AI really easily reads and understands and comprehends. So I started doing that. But then it was like, I got to do this for every chat. It was getting ridiculous, you know, and then you got to keep track. And then the whole thing was, okay, so I do a end of chat report. I get that. And then I put it into the new chat, right? And then you go through that new chat and then that chat is done. So you command that chat to give you the end of chat summary, and then you take that report, put it into the new chat. Well, guess what? That report from the end of the previous chat doesn't include all the data that you fed it from the prior chat's report. You know what I'm saying? It only gives you like that chat. So I lost a lot of valuable information doing that. And then I tried just keeping a record of all the end of chat reports. And then, you know, it got really huge and then it was just taking up a lot of tokens. And then, dude, I've been going back and forth with AI for months. I've spent so much time on this issue. Um, and I was getting tired of it, dude. I was really getting tired of it. I was trying to manage multiple companies, handling multiple clients, and I had to figure something out, man. So what I did, man, I'm not trying to make this a long video. I just want you to get the backstory of it and kind of make an introduction. Also, for people to learn what I've done, what I've went through, and the conclusions and solutions I've came up with, so other people don't have to waste hours and days trying to figure these things out. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that, you know, start using AI and chat GPT and then they run into those little chat limits and amnesia problems. And they're like, yeah, this is fucking stupid. Like, it's pointless because if the new chat wakes up with amnesia, like it is completely pointless, you know, for you to explain everything over and over again. And like, yeah, you can put it in core memory, but that is very limited, man. That is very limited, you know? So long story short, dude, I have figured out a cheat code, we can call it, a jailbreak, we can call it. And I'm not saying like I figured this out. I'm not saying like I'm the only one. No, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are way more advanced with computers and AI than I am. I'm just speaking to, um, my people, people my age and my level of expertise. I'm a local business owner. I'm just learning I'm learning these things new. So, anyways, I figured out a system to completely eliminate the memory limitations, the amnesia problems, the chat limits. I'm not saying they're gone and you could just continuously talk on one chat, no problem, and it remembers everything, even if you go to like other chats. No, that's not the case. But there's a cheat code. There's a little system that I've came up with that it's minimal, minimal manual work, you know, um, but it seems to be working pretty well. Right now, I can open any fresh chat and ask it what is the Google tag ID for this account, and it'll tell me immediately. I can ask it on this company's website, what are the site themes color codes, and it'll list them out right away. Or what keywords are we using for this business's Google Ads campaign? And it'll list them out immediately. It has, when I first actually did it and it worked, I was so fucking excited, dude. Like I was so happy. Like that alone right there is gonna save me hours, days worth of trying to continue conversations, trying to store data for every company. Oh my God. Like this is what AI is for. AI is made to make our lives easier, but like they put a limitation on it with the chat limits, and then the memory limits. You know what I'm saying? The whole new chat amnesia thing. Like, why would you do that? Like, you have this thing that is so capable of doing so much to help people, but you put that limit on it. And what I think is oh, if you ask oh, well, how do you know that it's really capable of doing that? I know it's capable of doing that, dude, because I see it. I like they could automate the simplest things. They can they choose to give it cross chat reference, but only briefly. You know what I'm saying? They could easily create an expansive memory vault for each user account and allow every chat to immediately reference that memory vault. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gave us that memory vault, but they kept it so little, you know? And I think the reason they're doing that is because, just like the whole free plan, the $20 plan, the $200 plan, they're doing it so they're going to gradually, launch these more capable models, or these more capable subscription plans, and they just want to get more and more money out of you, dude. It's a very smart business plan. I don't blame them. It's really smart. And the fact that that's probably the number one reason. But there's another issue with the fact that, so they say unlimited for the $200 plan for ChatGPT, but then when I'm on it after at about 3-4 o'clock around this time, it starts lagging and it starts giving me error messages and starts hallucinating and things like that. So that tells me that it truly isn't unlimited, because obviously I'm hitting a wall and they don't want to give me an error message, oh, you hit a chat limit, because they know they sold me on the unlimited plan saying unlimited. So I think they have a supply and demand problem. I think so many people are using it that it puts a strain on the system, or they put like a cap on usage for every chat, maybe, just to kind of balance out the processing power that they have to use. I think that's the problem. I mean, think about it, dude. Do you think Sam Altman, the guy that runs OpenAI, do you think he has ChatGPT on his computer that gives him error messages, or that gives him chat limits, or, starts lagging or hallucinating? Maybe hallucinating, maybe, but like starts lagging towards the end? I don't think so, dude. I think Sam Altman has a version of AI that is completely unlimited, has unlimited memory, that can remember everything about any part of his life. You know what I'm saying? Because he gets priority usage. You know what I'm saying? But if you were to give that priority usage to everybody in the world, I don't think they have that processing ability at this moment. So like I know AI is capable of doing a lot more. And until they launch the other upgraded subscription plans, or upgraded models, or they figure out a solution for the processing power for the supply and demand, we're gonna have to figure things out to cheat the system, or jailbreak the system like I have. So, anyways, man, that's what I've been doing, dude, and I want to invite you guys to join me in my journey to explore AI, learn AI, and as a normal dude, man, I have no computer background, I have no a coding background or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just a simple business owner. I own a construction company, and I just started a marketing company. And I've had to learn these things with AI just from trial and error. You know, and I'm investing the time to learn these because I know the potential that it has. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take this all the way to the front door, dude. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep learning. I'm gonna keep figuring things out. But I just wanted to do an introduction video. I'm sorry it's longer than 10 minutes. I apologize, but I wanted you to get the whole story. I hope you enjoyed my videos, the content I post out here. If you guys have any specific issues that you're running into with AI, about anything, your business, your day to day chats, whatever you use it for, dude, let me know, drop a comment, send me a message, let me know. I will make a video of a solution for that specific problem, or if I don't have a solution to that specific problem, I, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to figure it out, that's it, guys. Thanks again. My name is Batu. The channel is called Batu versus AI. So stay tuned. I really hope you guys like this. Thank you.